Welcome back to Mama's Minecraft for Noobs. Episode 2, we're going to learn more about mining, gathering resources, stone, ores. We're going to dive into crafting, things that can help us explore the world and survive in this crazy world. As you're going to see in the middle, it's always unpredictable, so we'll have a little bit of fun. We're going to talk a little bit about the furnace and smelting and send you on your way to gathering and building in the Minecraft world. Okay, and welcome back. We're going to talk today about some blocks. We're going to do some work on mining, getting wood, stone, ore. We're going to do some crafting. We're going to do some smelting, and we're going to talk about shelter. So, let's get started. You log into the game, and unless you're on a server, it's going to be daytime the very first time you open it up, like we did. So, this gives us time before night, which can be a little bit scary, to gather resources. We have our tree that we started breaking, so let's punch it some more. Common Minecraft etiquette says you never leave a tree half uncut. So let's get all of that wood. Might take a little bit. Don't forget the little stump at the bottom. Yay! Now I wanted to point out that when it pops after you've punched it or mined it in any way, it's going to fall on the ground. You won't go into your inventory, which are those boxes down at the bottom, until you touch it or get in its near vicinity, like that. As you can see, we have 7 blocks of birch wood logs. We also have birch sapling. So birch logs and birch sapling. Now I'm switching between them by rolling the mouse wheel. You roll it and it goes between your different slots in your active inventory. Now to access your inventory, you're going to push E. That gives you these 3 inactive inventory lines and an active inventory line. Plus you get a small crafting square. We'll get into that, well, right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to left click on those logs. We're going to put them up here in the crafting bench. For right now, let's take one set of 4, put it down here, and bring those logs back out. Congratulations, you have made birch planks. Now we're going to come in here and we're going to right click once in each square and we'll get a crafting table. Let's bring that down into our active line. Press E to get out of your inventory. Now you're going to scroll your mouse wheel until you're holding your crafting table. Find a piece of land that has nothing on it. Right click and that will place down your crafting bench. Congratulations, we have made a piece of furniture. Now this is a useful piece of furniture, as if you right click with the crosshairs, you see the little cross in the center of your screen, you right click on that box and it's going to give you a 3x3 crafting square. Now press E and that will get you out of there, and press E again, you'll be back in your inventory. Now you see the difference in your inventory. You can see your avatar, place for your armor when we get there, and place for something in your offhand, and a 2x2 crafting square. Right click back in here and you got a 3x3. This gives you the ability to make larger items. We'll get there eventually. Let's find another tree. Well, actually let's do your first bit of tool gathering. So let's start by sticking those logs back in there. This time we're going to push the shift key on your keyboard and click on those planks. Now that just crafted all of those logs into as many birch planks as it could make. Yay! Now we're going to take these up here and we're going to right click twice so that it goes up and down like that, and that's going to make us some sticks. Now we're going to take out those sticks. Now I'm going to introduce you to the recipe book. It's right here. This is the recipe book. Go up here, click that to the check mark. You're going to see all of the things that you can make right now. Now it doesn't say that you can make very much, but I'm here to tell you can make something very important right now. You're going to make an axe. Right click those sticks like that, and like that. It looks like an axe, and you pull the axe out. Axes are specifically made to cut down things that are wood, like trees. So let's find some more trees. We're going to hold the left click down, which breaks the logs, and this breaks it faster than punching it with your fist. Nice. Let's go find another one. Like this guy over here. Now I'm going to gather some logs, and I'll be back to talk to you in a bit. I've been clearing out, as you can see, and you'll notice as you're clearing these out that when you get rid of the logs, the leaves start to disappear and things start to fall. Things like sticks and saplings, and they go into your inventory when you run over them, which is great. Uh-oh. We're about to see why it's bad to be out at night. Hello, he's a little zombie. Let's just deal with him, hopefully. Okay, I hadn't planned on giving you that instructions quite yet. Also, my axe broke. So let's give you your first piece of survival knowledge. You're going to need to build yourself a shelter. Jeez. Oh, there is sounds. Okay. You know what? Instead of building a shelter, I'm going to teach you all about digging a shelter. We're going to dig down 3 deep, roll to dirt, and place it over the top of you. Now you can't get hurt. Okay. So since we've got some time down here, let's talk about mining underground. So if you go, let's go here. Now, this little bottom here of the crafting bench, you can still right click it. And we're going to build ourselves a pickaxe. Now see how in this recipe book, it shows us this pickaxe right here. Because we have the ability to make it. So let's click on that, and it takes the stuff we need from our inventory, puts it up here, and we can pull out that pickaxe. Now, a pickaxe is specifically made to cut through stone or rock. Stone. Look at that, we got an advancement. So we're going to cut some stone out of the ground. Oh, did we luck out here? Okay, let's explain a little bit about this. This is coal ore. Hold on. I'm going to turn down those zombies a little bit. Nobody needs to hear that. Oops. Music and sounds. And you can come in here and we can turn down the sounds from hostile creatures. We can still hear them, but they're not quite as annoying. Okay, this coal is really important, so. Yay! Those little golden glowing orbs, those are experience. Oh my goodness. Okay, we lucked out with the ore, but we didn't luck out here. Don't fall through the ground. Digging straight down is another cardinal rule. Don't do it unless you're willing to be okay with falling into a pit and dying. I guess we haven't really talked about dying much either, so let's see if we can get some information on that. Goodness. Okay. Where we showed up in the game is called spawn. If you die in the game, if a zombie kills you, if you fall down and hit the ground too hard, there's many different ways to die in Minecraft. If one of those things happens, in the beginning or before you have been able to craft a bed, which gives you a respawn point, you're going to come right back to where you first came into the game, the spawn point. So that's just something to be aware of. When you die, everything that you have in your inventory pops out into the world around you, which means that if you know where you were, you can go back and pick it up. If you don't know where you were, it's probably gone forever. It will, what we call despawn, which means all of your stuff will disappear after about 5 minutes of being in a loaded chunk. That is a loaded area within which you were standing. Those chunks only load when you're within a certain area. So that's about dying. We're going to also talk about what it's like to stay alive. Now we're in the dark, and nobody likes to be in the dark. So let's grab a stick and a piece of coal, just like this. And now we have torches. Let's scroll our mouse wheel until we are holding a torch. We're going to right click, and look, we have light. Yay. Let's get ourselves some other tools. Now that we have a little bit of wood, of cobblestone, we can make stone tools. Let's go over here and look at the tools. I think that I'm going to make a stone pickaxe for when the wooden one dies. Or breaks, I should say. I'm sorry. I'm going to make a stone shovel because shovels make dirt go faster. Let's move things around in our inventory so it's a little more organized. Let's see, use our shovel. I'm sorry, we've gotten very used to calling it a spoon. Let's just... Now, you saw me dip down. That would be me using the left shift button to crouch. That's what we call it. This is crouching. For the most part, the biggest benefit to crouching is that when there is an edge, let's see if I can show you up here. We're going to jump. Oh, I hadn't told you about jumping. My bad. Let's talk about jumping. Jumping is the space bar. It's also to swim. When you're in the water, you'll hit the space bar and hold it, and that will keep you at the top of the water. If you want to get up one block, you can use the space bar and jump up one block. Alright. Now, as you see, as you walk off the edge, you just fall down. I do believe another important thing to know is that if you hold the shift, the left shift, you crouch, you walk to the edge, and no matter how hard you push on the W, you're not going to fall down until you let go of the shift, stand up, and then you can fall off. That's important for things like, as we saw over here, we have the edge, we have this large drop off down there. So as long as I'm pushing shift, we're not going to fall down into that. So let's gather up some coal. I'm going to dig this area out a little bit, make ourselves a little hut, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I dug out a little, square patch here, and it's taken me a little while, so I think it's daytime out, even though I can still hear zombies. I think they're coming from below us. So let's see. Look at that, it's day. I don't see anything bad out here, so we can get back to what we were doing. So now we've learned about digging, mining, building some tools, getting some lights. Those are important. Remember, that was coal and sticks. We've got our crafting table here, and we've got shelter. It's ugly shelter, but it's shelter. Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about making our shelter usable. So the first thing that I'm going to do is come down into our little area down here. Let's, well, I don't have an axe, so let's punch our crafting bench. bring it, go up and get it, bring it down here with us, and let's find a place to put it, shall we? Pull out a little area over here for our furniture, for lack of a better word. Gather our resources. We're going to lay down our crafting table. We need to get a little bit more stone. Oh, hello there, Mr. Zombie. You were who we were listening to. Oh, let's introduce you all to our skeleton friend. He can shoot you with a bow and arrow, so let's not play with him right now. Boop! Let's go over... Let's go back here, maybe. See if I can get some more resources. Let's put some dirt in here. See how we can pick things up, place them down, figure things out. Now we're going to go into our crafting bench. The next important piece of furniture is this furnace. If you click on it, it'll put your cobblestone, so you're going to need 8 cobblestone. We're going to grab our furnace. Creepy Minecraft noises. Alright, we're going to place that down right here next to our crafting bench. Next piece of important thing is going to be a chest. So let's grab this chest. Since we have planks, that's what it takes. So if you need to, grab some more of your logs, make them into planks so that we can have planks. I'm going to click this twice so that I can get 2 chests. 1, 2. Let me put them down in my active bar and come over here. So when you place the first one down, right click it, what you see is a duplicate inventory of inactive inventory. This is a place where you can store things you aren't using. So I'm going to put my saplings into that chest. If you press E, just like it does when you are getting out of your inventory, it closes the chest. So right click and you can see your stuff is back in there. Now, if that isn't big enough for you, which I totally get, we're going to have a lot of resources. We're going to right click on the right next to it, the block right next to it, and it's going to make what we call a double chest. Or they call it a large chest, but we all call it a double chest. And that gives you plenty of space to store your stuff. This is your first little baby shelter. Now, what's very important about this shelter, close it up when it's nighttime or when you're just standing around. Never leave yourself AFK or away from keyboard, just sitting out in the open. That's how you end up coming back and having all your stuff spread around and you've been killed. So take some time, dig around in here, chop some trees up there, gather stuff. Bring it down, fill your chest. The last thing I'll show you here is how to use your furnace. I don't actually have iron, but if you are digging around and you find something called iron ore, you're going to put it in your furnace. You're going to put some coal in your furnace. And if you have, I'll show you with my logs. If you have 8 pieces of whatever it is you're going to smelt in the furnace, you put it in here. 1 piece of coal smelts 8 pieces. You can see as time goes on, it's going to plop out whatever it smelts. So logs smelt into charcoal. That's in case you don't get enough coal. If you don't find coal, charcoal does exactly the same thing. Alright, let it go, let it do its thing, and you gather resources. That is the beginning of how to Minecraft. That's it for another episode of Mama's Minecraft for Noobs. I hope you got a lot out of this episode. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I'll do my best to answer them. Have a safe, happy, and healthy day. See ya!